video. All right, we are now recording. We will officially begin. My name is Kiki Strickland. I'm the founder of Friendship Mixers. Welcome, welcome. We will have ladies joining us from different areas of the East Coast mainly. So we'll find out in a moment who all is here and where you're from. We like to do introductions. And today our icebreaker for introductions will be for you to tell us, have you traveled this year? Or are you traveling before the year is out, and where to? But before we do that, we always like to start with a little bit about us, because I know some of you don't know who Friendship Mixers is. I have a little, two people in the waiting room. Hold on, let me let them in. I have a little video that I usually show, but I'm not going to do the video tonight. I'm just going to go through our little PowerPoint presentation, and I'll be tired of talking by the time that's done. So then I'll turn it over to you guys. But here's a little bit about Friendship Mixers and how we got started. I actually started us during the pandemic. So can you all see the screen there? You should be able. Oh, let me move. Hold on. I got to move the panel. I can see you all, and that means that this is probably in the way. All right. Hide video plan. Oh, there you go. And two people are in the waiting room. Admit everybody. Okay. So this is our logo. It is sunflowers and a ring. Friendship Mixers. I started us during the pandemic. I realized that I needed more connections, more fellowship with ladies, because it was so isolating during the pandemic. I was feeling so alone. Prior to that, years ago, I had a nonprofit called the Diva Network, where we were seminar based. Ladies would just volunteer their time and talent, skills, and do a seminar on whatever their field was. So a lawyer would come in and do something law related. Maybe a doctor would come in and talk about health related issues. So it was all pro bono. And actually, the funny thing is I was living in Baltimore at that time too, but that was years ago. So during the pandemic, I started Friendship Mixers, and we are now in these different cities: New York City, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Baltimore, Raleigh, Durham. Here's the list here: Atlanta, Georgia, Philadelphia, Boston. We're in the Fredericksburg, Virginia area near Richmond. And as some of you here tonight are from Chicago, Illinois. We have our eye out on these other cities: Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, Houston, and Dallas, Texas. I'm from the Southern California area, so eventually Los Angeles. I'm from San Bernardino, which is about an hour away from there. And London, we've already had one lady who has come from London, and we hope to get a few more from her area. And then South Africa, and we're actually going to South Africa. I'm about to tell you about that. So we are a very multicultural and diverse group of ladies. Here are some photos of some of our events. This was in Boston, our Boston chapter. Our Fredericksburg, Virginia chapter had a happy hour. Silver Spring, Maryland. We went to a concert at MGM. We had a brunch at Jasper's here in Maryland. Oh, we went to a winery. This is one of the photos from the winery that we went to. This is our DC chapter. They had a brunch. And we went to Martha's Vineyard. So this is actually some photos from us in the vineyard, Oak Bluffs. We already have our trip planned for next June. This was June of this year. And then we are going again in June of next year. More photos. This was actually a singles event from my church that some of us went to, and this guy just jumped in it. So our Martha's Vineyard trip for next year, the dates are already June 10th through the 17th. So if you are interested, then mark your calendars and contact me. We rent a house in Oak Bluffs for that. And then we're also going to South Africa next year. The dates are here, October 11th through 19th. This is an escorted trip, meaning that there is a tour guide with us, taking us places. The days are already planned out, but not every moment of your time is planned out. So you will have some downtime to do what you want. Air is included, but the air is from New York City. So you will have to get your own way to New York City, and then we'll all go together. This is the cost for double occupancy. If you would like your own room, it's a couple $100 more. I think it's $33.95 if you want solo. But anyway, you can go to girlfriendstravel.org and click on the South Africa link if you would like to know more about it or to put in your deposit. The deposit of $400 is due now, and then the balance is not even due until next summer. So you have plenty of time to save up this much for the trip. All right, so we also have our tribes, and these are a few of our tribes. We have divorce care for ladies who are divorced. We have an entrepreneurs club for those of you who are business owners, single ladies and wives club, financial peace, where we talk about getting our finances more in order, fitness chicks. So we also get together and work out every day at noon virtually via Zoom. I do it. I run the Monday class, and then we have two other ladies. One does Tuesday and Wednesday, and I think one does Thursday. So we need some leaders to step up to run some of these other tribes. One is called Overcoming Health Challenges. If any of you are struggling with any kind of medical issue, we meet to talk about what we're going through. Book Lovers meets every other month or so just to talk about what we're reading. So, I mean, I could talk all night about all that we have and do. We also have some merchandise with our logo on it if you are interested in getting something of ours. And then we want you to join us. You can join for a year, or you can do a month to month, cancel at any time. Go to friendshipmixers.com to find out more about us or to sign up. Again, that's friendshipmixers.com. All right, so that is a few minutes about us. So now we want to find out who you are, where you're located, what kind of work you do, and again, travel. Have you traveled this year? Or are you going to be traveling before this year is out? And where are you going? So I'll start. I just mentioned that we went to Martha's Vineyard last month. Well, actually, no, this is August now. So in June, we went to Oak Bluffs for a week. So that was my first time traveling since the pandemic, my first time on a plane in 2 years. So I had a trip planned to Greece for my birthday because it's a big milestone birthday, but I canceled that cruise because of the war. When the war broke out in Europe, I said, oh, we probably don't want to go to Europe. So 33 people were going, friends and family. Some of you all were going on that trip, and we had to cancel it. But I do have my flight to Italy. So I think in October, I'm still going to go to Italy. I'll be doing the Amalfi Coast. So I'm going to Positano, Sorrento, which I guess is not technically a part of the Amalfi Coast, but it's nearby, Atrani, and Amalfi City, starting out in Salerno from Rome. I'm flying into Rome, and I have to take a train to Salerno. So that's what I'm doing. Carlay, would you like to go next?
Sure. Well, welcome, ladies. My name is Curlay. I'm in the Boston, Massachusetts chapter. Really excited to see everyone tonight. So what do I do for work? I'm in human resources. I am a mom of 4, And the last trip I was on, I was lucky enough to be at Martha's Vineyard with Kiki and some other women that are on tonight. And that was my first trip since the pandemic. So I've done more domestic trips. So I'm going to North Carolina later this year as well. I have my sister that lives there. And hopefully next year, I'm looking at, some of the trips that Kiki's offering to South Africa. I would love to attend that, and then Martha's Vineyard. But for the most part, I'm just keeping it local within the States. So welcome, ladies.
Great, thank you. All right, so I see a few ladies that I know. Tanya, would you like to go next?
Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm in the Boston area, originally from upstate New York. And I also went on the Martha's Vineyard trip. And I, at the end of the year, will be going on a cruise to Honduras, Belize, and Mexico. Next year, not sure where I'd like to go, but I do have a couple of things on my bucket list, which include Singapore, Ghana, and Brazil. And I work in the Boston area as a speech therapy assistant, and also with as a chaplain with women of color.
Awesome. So I forgot to mention, ladies, that we will have a time where you get to talk with some of the ladies one-on-one, or maybe 2-on-2, maybe 3 in a group. So pay attention to what people are saying so you can ask them questions when you're in your smaller groups. Thanks, Tanya. All right, how about Yolanda Bailey and then Teresa?
Hi, I'm Yolanda Bailey. I live in the DMV area. I have one son, work for the federal government. And the last trip that I went on was going to Tampa, Florida to visit some relatives. I've been to Vegas, and I did a couple of trips with Kiki.
Good to see you, Yolanda. All right, Teresa, how you doing?
I'm good, Kiki. How are you? Hi, everybody. I'm Teresa. I live in Georgia, and I work in education. And this year I went to Florida in April for 4 days. I went to Miami. And in October, I'm going to New York City to BravoCon. I'm a Bravo-holic. And that's where all the Bravo celebrities descend on New York City. And it's like a Comic-Con. If you think of a Comic-Con, but it's for Bravo. So I missed it in 2019 and they didn't have it because of COVID, and it's coming back this year. So that's where I'm going in October for, I think, 5 days. So I'm looking forward to that.
I never heard of that. Good to know, because
Yes.
I watch Bravo too.
Oh my God. It's a big, big thing. It's like 3 or 4 days of just Bravo, and it's
So they have
fabulous.
workshops and
Yes,
or seminars
workshops
and
and
speak.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look into that maybe for next year.
Uh-huh.
One day when we meet, we'll talk about what networks we like, because I like OWN and I like Bravo and We. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay. Next, let's have Chandra and then Zipporah.
Hi, I'm Chandra. I live right outside of Trenton, New Jersey, so close to Philly. And I do what's called quality work. So I work in a manufacturing area. I help to oversee manufacturing practices. And so I'm an auditor. So I'm the person that they don't like coming in there telling them what's wrong. So that's my job, but I was an analytical chemist for over 20 years in the pharmaceutical and government area. So the last place I traveled was Charlotte, North Carolina. I was there for retirement. My family is very good friends with one of the presidents of with the former president of now Livingstone College. So we were celebrating his retirement. And I also graduated from Johnson C. Smith. So I was there visiting with some of my classmates.
That's awesome. Chandra. I will remember the Sean next time. Good to see you. I almost went to Johnson C. Smith. That's so funny. I ended up going
Count
to
your
Howard.
blessings. You didn't go. You didn't miss a thing.
I went to Howard, and that's where I met Tanya. Tanya is actually one of my college buddies from back in the 90s. Great. Okay, Zipporah.
Yes. Hi, everyone. And Kiki, I joined a little late. Where are you based out of?
I am actually in Fort Washington, Maryland, near the harbor, the National Harbor in MGM.
Okay, that's not too far. I'm actually in the DMV area too, so not too far. So I actually work in marketing. I'm a marketing director for a consulting firm. The last trip I took was to the Bahamas 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately I caught COVID, so I'm a little reluctant to travel right away again. But I am interested in your South Africa trip, though, so I'd like to hear more about that. But it's nice to meet everyone.
Great. Marketing. We need some help with marketing. Oh my goodness. I've been thinking about trying to find an intern or something because yeah, but great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. How about Dell? It says Dell Duckworth. I know you were one of the first people on tonight.
Hey ladies, my name is Dell Duckworth. I live in the Chicago area. I'm a finance person and I used to be an auditor as well, Sandra. So we have that in common. The last place I visited was San Francisco area. My twin sister lives there. And actually I'm going to Vegas at the end of the month for a conference.
Love Vegas. Oh my goodness. I have to go to a conference next year in Vegas in March. And I hope I can make it. I'll have to kind of do something creative with my time off because I'm already taking a week from Martha's Vineyard and a week, 9 days for South Africa. Welcome. All right. How about Melissa and then Karen Cooper Keith? And please, if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Oh, Melissa, are you talking? Oh, there you are.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Melissa. I live in the DMV area. And I just got back from Virginia Beach for my birthday last month. So I spent a few days there, business trips. I just came back from Connecticut and Minneapolis. I spent 28 years in the federal government, and now I am a catering manager, guest manager, HR director, a little bit of everything for a brand new Black-owned grocery store that's coming in the DMV area in October and early next year.
Oh my goodness, you gotta tell us the name of that if you can, because we'll patronize it.
Market Fresh Gourmet. The first store is coming in Baltimore. It's gonna open in Baltimore late October, early November. And then the other store is scheduled to open next spring right in Hampton Park off of Central Avenue in Capitol Heights.
Market Fresh. You know, I think have I seen Market Fresh in North Carolina?
No, this is a brand new grocery store owned by Black owners. It's 4 partners that's opening.
And they don't have anywhere else yet. This will be the first. Oh, great. Look at that.
Yeah.
We got some inside knowledge tonight.
Yeah, we are just cranking. Just got a lot of work that we're doing up until we open in early November. So it's been a little crazy.
That. Oh, wow.
What a blessing for sure.
Yes. Thank you for letting us know. We will be on the lookout for that. You also mentioned your birthday was last month. So July birthday?
July 13th, yes.
Mine is July 5th.
Oh, wow.
And you went to Virginia Beach. I love
Yes.
Virginia Beach, but I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, I go maybe every other year. So I drive around as if I live there. I know where all the clubs are and everything. So it's crazy.
I do like the nightlife. That's one thing about their boardwalk and their little area right there by the beach. There's a lot going on. I remember there's always a lot of excitement and stuff, almost like a little bit like New York, but you know.
Right. And then it's like some clubs 15, 20 minutes away, or we'll drive to
Oh,
Newport News. So yeah, I've been
Didn't know
going for
about
so
that.
long. It's just crazy. My mom's like, you just need to buy a place up there because you go so much. So,
Yes, bye.
yeah.
I think I'll be there for Thanksgiving. I'm getting
Oh.
creative with my holidays. So I reserved a hotel there at the end of the beach for
Mm.
Thanksgiving and the day after, and coming back that Saturday, but we'll see. If I might be doing something else by then, who knows? Thank
Right.
you. Karen Cooper Keith.
It's a pleasure meeting everybody and listening to where everybody's from and what they do. Very impressive group. Kiki, I'm also originally from California. So we have a little bit of Los Angeles, have a little bit of something in common. I am in Bowie, Maryland. I am a mom of 3 adult children. I work in the financial services arena. For my husband and I's 30 some odd anniversary, we went to Niagara Falls, July 1st, which was fun. I had never been to Niagara Falls. And we are actually brave enough to take a cruise to Europe. We're going into Amsterdam, Berlin, Hamburg, Poland, Finland, Sweden, and Copenhagen, and we're coming home. So it's a 10-day Europe cruise. And we had others going with us, and we're down to 2 couples, my husband and I, my sister-in-law. Everybody else bailed on us. So it's a brand new ship. And so we're really, really excited. So when I come back from that, I'll be 2 days in Virginia Beach at a business conference, and then I'll be totally exhausted and out of money, and then back to work.
Good question, Karen. Is it Royal Caribbean?
This is Norwegian Cruise Line.
Oh,
They have the brand new Prima ship.
nice. I haven't cruised with them yet. That's good.
Well, it's my first with them. Normally last couple have been with Celebrity, and we
Yeah.
were very, very pleased with Celebrity. So
Yes.
we got the little mailer, and they gave way too many perks to turn it down. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if it was a river cruise, because that almost sounded like the route that river cruises take. Very nice.
Yeah.
Zipporah, we were supposed to do Royal Caribbean. It was going to be leaving out of Venice, going to Mykonos and Santorini, Greece, and
Oh.
Croatia, Split and Dubrovnik. That was going to be my 50th birthday trip this year in
You should have
October.
gone.
Well,
You
when the
should have
war broke
gone.
out, I just canceled it because it was 33 of us going, and I just felt like I couldn't be responsible for that many people going
Yeah.
to Europe, not knowing how things were going to
That's
be.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
And it'll be there. I mean, we can always do it another year.
But I
All
have
right.
to add, you're going to love Amalfi Coast.
Oh,
Our
yes.
last cruise was Italy, Greece, and the Positano. It is prettier than the pictures.
Oh, and I'm going to do a day trip over to Capri. I'm not staying in Capri, but I'll also go over there because I heard that is also beautiful.
Italy is just
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Yeah.
Great. So
I'll put
ladies,
myself on-
once I come back, I might schedule a group trip to the Amalfi Coast, and I'll have already hit those spots, so I'll know what we're doing. All right. Is there anyone else that would like to introduce themselves?
Hi, yes, this is Erica. I'm sorry that I'm not online. I'm just waking up from a nap because I'm newly retired, and I like naps now. So I woke up to come online with you guys, and I am looking for some women who may be retired and would like to do some things during the day. And I'm in the DMV area. I'm by Six Flags, and Kiki, you and I have to meet up. We have to come over to Zion and meet me. I'm in ministry at the Hospitality Lounge. So I would like to meet you. So come on by and see me.
Definitely. That's right. You go to my church, or I go to your
Yes.
church. We go to the same.
We go to church together. So
Love it.
I just got back from Iceland and Amsterdam.
Ooh.
It was an awesome, amazing trip. And as the other young lady said, I did get COVID when I got back. So I was down for about 2 weeks. But it was still worth it. I mean, COVID to me at that time, if I hadn't had my shots and my boosters, it may have been worse, but it was more like a cold, some respiratory, issues, but I bounced back. So I'm good to go. So I'm on my way to Atlanta on the 15th of August, Boston in October. And for New Year's, I'm going to Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. So,
What? Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. So you're a true traveler. Yeah.
yes, I am. And that's what retirement is going to be about, traveling. But when I'm not traveling, I would love to have things to do in the area. So,
Oh yeah,
that's
that's right. Because you said you just retired. And what did
mhm.
you retire from? What kind of job?
I was in finance at the American Postal Workers Union doing payroll.
Got it. Got it. Well, congratulations on your
Thank
retirement.
you. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. I'm hoping to join you in about 10 years. I don't want to work past 60, so I'm 50 now.
And you can do it. You just have to plan for it.
Yep, I'm planning now. I'm getting things
Mhm.
lined up. Very
Awesome.
good. Very good. Thank you.
Sure
Anyone
thing.
else? Tawana, I see you have joined us. Tawana has been a member for a while, and she joined me and two other ladies. We walked the the Woodrow Wilson Bridge Trail, but we started at Tanger. We really started at MGM, and we just walked to the bridge. We don't actually get on the bridge yet, because even just from there, it's like 1.5 miles or 1.7. So doing that round trip is over 3 miles. So we're just starting out. Tawana, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. How's everyone this evening? Glad to be joining you all. Thank you, Kiki. So I'm Tawana, and I'm in the Oxon Hill, Maryland area, which isn't that far from Fort Washington or DC or anything. Um, Let me see. In terms of travel, I haven't really been anywhere. It seems like in forever. But I do want to take a little trip to Williamsburg and hopefully the Virginia Beach as well, and probably Ocean City. I think I'm just going to try to beach it until I can't anymore. I do love the beach, but I have been listening to everyone as they go on the more the larger vacations and just taking tips from them. So I guess I'm going to try to stretch out there soon. I'm going to try. Put my little toe in right now. And
Love it.
yeah.
I'm a beach person too. Oh my goodness. And I so missed the beach these past 2 years. I didn't go, although I did buy an RV and a lot at a campground. So I was going out there, Solitude on the lake. But yeah, I'm a beach person too, Tawana. All right. Dr. Jackson, do you mind telling us what kind of doctor you are? I'm curious.
Okay, I did it. Well, I am just so happy to be a part of this group, and I really, really enjoy hearing your stories about travel. And so far this year, I haven't traveled, but I'm planning to take a cruise, maybe in November. I live in the Atlanta area. And I work PRN for hospice and hospital. Yeah. So I don't have a travel partner. That's my problem. But I am ready.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us from Atlanta. We'll have to hook you up with Joy, who I don't see tonight. She is our chapter director for Atlanta.
Oh,
She
yeah,
is
that'd be great.
usually here. And I believe she's a traveler too. So yes, you'll meet her soon. Thank you for joining us. All right, last call. Anyone else want to introduce themselves that didn't? All right. Thank you, lady.
Kiki, one thing, I did want to say one thing. She's not up here tonight, but I met a really great, nice young lady from the Philadelphia area on the last call, and she and I have been hanging out every weekend. Every weekend.
Love it. Oh my goodness.
So I just wanted to let you just thank you so much for this group. We told her other girlfriend about the group, so she's in the DMV area and she's going to be joining too.
Awesome. Great to hear. That's what it is all about, making connections and new friends. We are all about healthy female friendships and providing opportunities for you to make new friends. So great. Love to hear it. Wonderful. So tonight and usually every month, we are talking about some aspect of friendship. And I did post the articles. I hope you guys were able to look at least one of the articles on friendship, because I do want to get your opinion of them. What did you think? Did anything stand out to you? Are you transparent in your friendships? We'll talk just for a minute and then I'll break you up into smaller groups so you can really chat and get to know each other. We end at 8, or if you're in Chicago, 7. We only go for an hour for these things. So, because I'm mindful of everyone's time. We're all busy. We all have a lot going on. We have to work tomorrow, some of us. So we will end at 8. But let's just talk for a few minutes about transparency in friendship. And then you'll have about 5 minutes with a few ladies here to get to know them better. So does anybody have any comments about the articles or transparency in general?
Okay, this is Curlay, if you don't mind me going. So I think for me, I think it's important to be transparent. I think in your friendships, I think where I'm hesitant is making myself too vulnerable in the beginning stages and not really knowing someone quite yet. And so where I struggle, I think in my journey of like extending or creating new friendships, because I think it's being a mom, I was so consumed with that life of raising the kids and back and forth. And now my kids are getting older, so I have this freedom, this time in my hands. So I'm trying to build new relationships, but I try to not be too guarded, but then I also try not to be too forthcoming because, you know, sometimes people could get a little, be like, oh shoot, that's way too much information. I'm gonna step back from her for a little bit. But so I'm really just trying to figure out with transparency, you know, building trust. I think that's important. But then I think it's also important to be transparent because then you find commonalities with others and then you begin to connect with one another. And it just builds a great foundation, right? When you have all this information about the other person and it's not like having to impress people. It's just like, this is who I am and how, you know, where's our commonalities and where can we grow from this and stuff. So, but I found the article, I read the one that was faith-based. So I found that very helpful and they touched on some key points as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I know Curlay and I are both in divorce care, if it's okay for me to share that, Curlay. And I feel like there we are very open and honest and transparent with one another because that's a safe space. And we know that confidentiality will be honored because we say that. And we also know that there's a lot of similarities between our experiences. So I feel like there we can really be transparent with the ladies in our everyday friendships. Are you all sharing deep things, going deep, or do you stay surfacey? Do you feel like you have friends that you can be totally open, honest, transparent with? Anyone?
I'll go. I agree with a lot of what Curley said. You know, as raising children, you're kind of the kid's mom. And there's a point where you're just living life so busy. And so I am working at home. I have my own business, so I have more time. And when I look up now, my closest friends, which I can confide in, and we do have those deep sort of conversations, they're in California. And so I don't have a good core group here. So just looking to do some things differently and meet some new people at this stage and phase of my life. So the conversations that I can have are with those sisters out in California. And so, but I do agree with what Curley said. Sometimes, you know, do you share too much? Do you not share enough? How much do you open? What do you hold back? And I think at this age and stage, it's easier to be transparent, because at a certain age, I don't think we care as much. We're willing to be ourselves. Yeah, authentically ourselves. So
yeah, I'll piggyback off of that, Karen. That's so true. Like I'm not like as ashamed to be like to talk openly about certain things that I'm going through, because I'm like, life is just way too short. Like, I'm grown now. So it's like either you like me or you don't. And like, we could keep moving or keep walking. But yeah, I agree. There's just a level of like, oh, well, we'll see how this turns out. Yeah.
Anybody else just jump in there?
Yes, this is Erica again. I agree with both of the young ladies. When you get to a certain age, transparency is it's your open book. It's like, I've been there, I've done that. Let's just enjoy life. We have more years ahead, less years ahead of us than we have behind us. So let's just enjoy life for what it is now. And I can share a short story. During COVID, I did a book drive at the church, and I was struggling with some issues because I had to go see my mom and do some things with her. And I was sharing with one of the young ladies, and I blessed her because she heard my story. And from there, we started our own little group called Mommy Dearest. So it's 3 of us in our group because we have the same angst together about being caregivers for our mothers. So transparency is something that God can place on your heart. You'll know what to say and when to say it if you're still enough. So I did feel comfortable at that particular time just sharing what I had to go through with my mom at that time. And from there, it's 3 of us in our group. So transparency can work on, for the good, and doesn't have to be a negative thing.
There was a woman last month, because we do this once a month, who said she was taking care of her mother. And I believe she was in the Chicago area. Yes, that's a great point. I feel like I'm an open book. I'm always talking about my issues. I had a fibroid removed last year, and I told everybody. I think I even posted it on Facebook. And so that's more information that most people will probably share. But I thought it was important because this is an issue that women deal with, and we're not talking about it. Once I said I was having a fibroid removed, you don't know how many other ladies told me they had that same surgery or they had fibroids. So yeah, being transparent helps you, like you said, connect with those who have the same or similar issue. We have our Overcoming Health Challenges tribe because the more I talk about things, the more I find other ladies also are dealing with other things. It seems like, there's most of us have at least one issue, and that's okay. Medically. I just turned 50, and also, I have the hot flashes. It seems like I'm always hot. And when I start talking about that, there's usually some ladies in their late 40s and 50s that can identify and start sharing remedies. So yes, hopefully we can be open, honest, transparent with one another. I see Beth has joined us from the Boston chapter. Beth, do you want to just give us an introduction of who you are and maybe some places you've traveled recently
Yes.
before we break up into groups?
First, I apologize for showing up late. Bill was out and for most of the day, so we had dinner late. I've been to a bunch of places. Some interesting places were a little fishing village in Japan, Vienna, where I saw the Lipizans at the Spanish Riding School, and Cuba. I've been to a lot of other places too, like Ireland, which is great. But yeah. So.
Awesome. Great. Okay.
And I'm sorry I missed everyone else's introductions.
Yeah, you missed it, but we're recording, so you can just go back and listen to it a little bit later when you get a chance. So what we're going to do now is just break up into smaller groups. Usually we just do one-on-one with another woman here so you could really get to talk. But I feel like we need to switch things up. Zipporah's leaving. Oh, you're going to miss our little, okay. Good to meet you. See you next time.
I would love to connect with someone, but I have to run out and grab dinner.
Sure. And make sure you watch the video later because I'm also going to do announcements on some of the things that we're doing later. So take a look at it when you get a chance. All right. So I'm
meeting you.
Great. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So what I'm doing is just creating automatic breakout rooms. So it'll be 2 people with you, maybe 3, and you'll just have 5 minutes to talk about this issue. I'm going to put some questions from the first article in the chat because the mainstream article actually had some questions. One is, am I satisfied with the healthiness of my friendships right now? Why or why not? I'll put those in the chat for you to see. Do you see your breakout room yet?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. 5 minutes. Let me put it in here. This is the first question. And do I consider myself a healthy friend to others? Oh, love that one. All right. So you should see, I'm going to join one of the groups soon as the rest of you. Tawana, do you see your group? Okay. And Yolanda, do you see your group? Oh, you're with Curlay and Tanya. Oh, perfect. All right, so it's just me. Oh, let me set my timer. I always forget. All right, they have 5 minutes. Let me pause the recording. All right, they are coming back from their 5-minute breakout room together, which was really more like 7 minutes because I gave them a few more. All right, instead of one-on-ones, they had about 3 people in each breakout room. Okay, and I'm curious to find out how the breakout rooms went. Oops. Let's see. Must have went well because nobody has come out of the breakout rooms yet. The countdown is going to kick them out. Love when that happens. That means they're enjoying their conversations. Oh, they got kicked out. Okay, here they come. Sorry that you guys got kicked out of your breakout
that
rooms.
wasn't
You must have been
enough
having a
time.
good, that's what I
Oh,
said. I know when you're having good conversations because nobody immediately jumps out of the breakout room when it says to, you wait till it kicks you out. So very good, good conversations. That was about 7 minutes actually. Does anybody, oops, Karen, are you talking?
Oh, I said it felt longer than 7 minutes. It was good though.
Okay, good. I wanted to give you just a few more minutes. Anybody want to share briefly how their breakout room went? What did you talk about?
This is Curlay. Oh, go ahead, Chandra. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. All right. Real quick. I'll be really quick. So I happen to be in a room with Yolanda and with Tanya. I know Tanya because we met in Martha's Vineyard. So it was, when we saw each other, we were like, oh, girl, it's you. But anywho, we learned that Yolanda, do you mind me sharing? Yolanda's actually in orientation for a master's program. So congrats to her. And then we just talked about what transparency meant to us. And I think we all agreed with the fact that in the places that we are in life, we're just looking to secure solid friendships with people that we can trust. But then we also understand that not everybody is open to that same type of friendships. And so we have to know how to gauge those types of relationships, when to step back, when to be present, and so forth. So it was a really good conversation.
All right. And Chandra, did you want to briefly?
Yeah, briefly, I just wanted to say I met Michelle, and tomorrow is her birthday. So I think we should all just wish her a really happy birthday, and have her do something really cool tomorrow, even though it's raining where she is in Atlanta.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy your special day tomorrow.
Yep, the big 39. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. You're a baby.
That's a baby. That's a baby.
Just kidding. All right. So ladies, I'm going to do our announcements and that'll be it. We will adjourn for the night. I'd like to share what's going on. We don't put everything on the meetup. But for those of you that are official members, you can see our event list. And let me share my screen so that you can see that. When you become a member, you are actually invited to join our private platform. And then you click on events here, up here where it has the little chat box. You can talk to anybody who's on here. And so coming up, we have, again, our workouts every day at noon. I think Curlay does Tuesday. And then Susan, who was not here tonight from our Boston chapter, does Wednesday and Thursday. I think that's how it is. If you're in Fredericksburg, Virginia, we are going to church together and then eating, having brunch. Now, this is not my church. This is a church down where my RV is, and I have not attended it. So this will be my first time at Life Point Church in Spotsylvania. We're just going to check it out. And then we're going to go eat at a Mexican restaurant that's down the street from it. In the Atlanta chapter, they are having brunch at Sweet Potato Cafe. That's Joy's group, Sunday at 11:30. And then I also wanted to make sure, oh yeah, so I'm going to see Hamilton at the Kennedy Center on the 13th. When I got my ticket, I posted it to the ladies in the DMV and Fredericksburg, Richmond area just to see who wanted to go. And I think only one other lady was able to get her ticket at that discounted price on goldstar.com.
Oh, wow,
I
Gold Star,
think
that's
that,
awesome.
yeah, it was $59 for the second tier. So we're going to be pretty high up, but I don't care as long as I can see the stage. I've so wanted to see Hamilton all these years, and finally I'm going to be able to see it. The Boston chapter is going to see Comedy at King's, which is free. And then Divorce Care actually starts on Saturday, August 20th. It's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. virtually via Zoom. And you don't even have to officially sign up for that first one. Just come and see if it's for you. This is for ladies who are divorced or separated and want to find healing from all the emotions that come out of getting a divorce. Me and Tanya from the DC chapter have signed up for this beach camping trip. And it is on Saturday, the 20th. It's Saturday and Sunday. So we're staying overnight in tents. If you are interested in that, let me know. If you're in the DMV area, it costs $50 and it's actually with another group, a co-ed group. So I haven't done anything like this before. This is going to be my first time. Tanya has done it. So, and she likes this group. So I'm going on her word that these are cool people and that this will be a good time. I'll let you know how it was. All right. So that is the announcements for now. Again, if you're not a member and you want to become a member, it's friendshipmixers.com. Click on the join button to find out more or to sign up there. Thank you, ladies, for coming. I hope you enjoyed this evening. We'll be back next month, probably on September 12th, because we don't want to do anything during the holiday weekend. So it'll be that Monday after Labor Day. Oh, that's, yeah, the 12th. Anyway, I'll post it. All right. Thanks for coming. Have a good night and a good week.
Have a good night. See you meeting everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Take care.
Everyone. Have a good
Good
week.
night.
Good
All
night.
right, bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. Okay.